much for starting with Beekeeper. I probably should have started with Beekeeper. What's up? What's happening? What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Animation Station. And Argylle sucks. And this is how I'm apparently starting my 2024. I wanted to start with Beekeeper, but my schedule's like, nope, we're not going to allow you to do that, even though you wrote it down on the freaking schedule. We're not going to give you the time to do that. Instead, your first movie's going to be Argylle. I mean, at least it wasn't frickin' Night Swim, I'll give it that. Which, no, I'm not reviewing, because I know exactly what freaking movie it is, and I was right when I saw it. But if you want to know, that movie sucks. That movie's trash. As for Argylle, it sucks, but it's not trash. It's a little hard to explain, but let me put it like this. It's a movie that is clearly just not for me. It's a movie that 20 minutes in, I knew exactly what it was going to be, and I just sat there rolling my eyes half the time. And most of the movie I was bored. But I could definitely see that there was some positives here. And I will agree that giving it the score that Rotten Tomatoes gave it, a 33%, that is really harsh. This is not a bad movie. No, it's a competently made film, and I can see why it works for most people. But for me, I was just left bitterly disappointed. It's a movie that I thought was just going to be goofy, campy, cheesy fun, with a great cast, and it wasn't even fun. It felt like a chore instead of a passion to watch and now review this thing. And it sucks that this has to be how I start my 2024 movie reviews. I don't even know what else to say. I have a whole review written down here, so let's just run through it quick so we can get to the next review, which is hopefully going to be much better. Wow, what a huge letdown. It's got a great cast, nice cinematography, good directing, some okay action, one legitimately great performance from Sam Rockwell, and a few good moments here and there. But oh my goodness, is it so boring somehow despite that, which in itself is quite an accomplishment. The CGI is terrible. We're in 2024. Like, unexcusable. The characters are uninteresting and cliche. The rest of the performances fall completely flat. Like, for this movie to have the cast that it is, and only one of them actually gives a legitimately great performance, is inexcusable. Henry Cavill was boring, even though he was only on screen for 5 minutes. Bryce Dallas Howard, boring. Somehow even more boring than she was in Jurassic World. Bryan Cranston, I mean, he's trying. Catherine O'Hara, not very good. Dua Lipa, paycheck role. Ariana DeBose, decent, but barely in the movie. John Cena, barely in the movie, and nothing more than decent. And Sam Jackson is just straight bad in this movie. The story is long-winded and a blatant rip-off of The Lost City, with just spies instead of treasure hunters. And, yeah, The Lost City is a way better movie than this, because The Lost City was funny. The Lost City made fun of the situation that it was in, and it was self-aware, and it had fun with it. This was a movie that didn't take itself seriously, and yet somehow overstayed its welcome. The runtime's obnoxiously long, like 2 hours. Really? 2 hours. You really thought that that was a good runtime for this movie? Yeah, no. Piss off. The plot is a mess, the pacing is beyond slow, none of the jokes landed, this movie is not at all funny, and the twists were dumb. Like, very dumb. Obviously, I can't go into too much detail with the twists because, well, spoilers, but they're dumb. That's what this movie is. It's dumb. It's not even the fun kind of dumb, it's just dumb. Sorry to say it, but this is one that you can skip. It's not a bad film, it's just not at all fun, and feels more like a job rather than a fun way to pass time. Final verdict for this disappointing bore is a 5 out of 10. It may not be trash, but it's not good, and in my opinion, is not worth the money. And honestly, I'm glad it's bombing. Because this is so freaking boring. I understand it's probably just not for me. And if you're one of the people that didn't enjoy this movie, well, have at it. That's your opinion. You're entitled to your opinion. And you're allowed to enjoy whatever you want to enjoy. But as for me, this was a very disappointing way to start out my 2024 movie reviews. I didn't want to start with this one, but I kind of had to because I'm falling behind schedule, so. Yeah, Argylle sucks. In my opinion, don't see it. It's just not worth your time, and it's not worth your money. I mean, it might be worth a rental when it comes out on VOD, but outside of that, don't bother. And do not pay over $30 just to get it on physical. It's not worth it. It is an average shelf warmer. Nothing more and nothing less. That's all I got. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time for a hopefully much better movie with DreamWorks, Orion, and the Dark.